Welcome to Learn English Podcast every day. Your daily dose of fun, practical, and easy to understand English, anytime, anywhere. Whether you're on the bus, cooking dinner, or taking a break, we've got you covered. This channel helps you improve your speaking and listening. So hit that subscribe button bell and start your journey to confident English, one day at a time. Let's get started.
Hey there, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're getting into something that, well, lights up homes all over the world come December.
Mm-hmm. Decorating the Christmas tree.
Exactly. It's a tradition so many of us share, right? And we want to really explore, the personal side, the common ways people do it, and the feeling behind all those ornaments and lights.
That's the goal. Because, on the surface, it seems pretty straightforward, make a tree look nice.
Yeah.
But when you dig in like we have, you find all these layers, personal history, family habits, and this really powerful emotional thing that's way more than just looks.
So true.
So yeah, our mission today is to unpack those personal connections, look at the key bits and pieces, and really understand the heart of decorating the tree.
Okay, let's jump right into those personal connections and family traditions then. Because, for so many people, myself included, it's not just about a pretty tree.
Not at all. It's tied up with really core memories. For me, that pine smell, instant childhood flashback. What is it about that sensory connection?
Well, that sensory link is fascinating, isn't it? Our sources really highlight how the whole act of just going to pick out and buy the tree, that often becomes a big family moment.
Oh, definitely.
It's a dedicated outing,
That's right.
A chance for everyone to weigh in on the centerpiece for the holidays. That shared thing, even before you hang a single bauble, starts building those memories.
Absolutely. And then there's the decorating day itself. Often it's marked on the calendar, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just squeezed in. It's an event you look forward to. The info we looked at really points it out. Families setting aside specific time for it. Why is that ritual part so key, do you think?
I think that dedicated time shows how important it is in the family story. And what's really interesting is how families make the tree their own.
Yeah.
This tradition of specific ornaments belonging to certain people, maybe dad's Santas, mom's collection of, bunnies, or the angel the youngest always puts up.
They become more than just decorations. They're tangible symbols of who's who in the family, almost little markers on the family timeline right there on the tree.
That's a brilliant way to think about it, a visual timeline. I know we definitely had ornaments that were mine, and seeing them each year, it just brings back such specific feelings.
Exactly.
And it's not only what's on the tree, is it? The sources also talk about hanging stockings, usually near the fireplace, ready for treats. It's all part of creating that specific Christmas vibe at home.
Mm-hmm. And if you zoom out a bit, you see how these individual family things add to a bigger community feeling, too.
How so?
Well, the material mentions people enjoying driving or walking around to see other houses' lights and decorations.
Oh, yeah, the neighborhood tours.
Right. It becomes a social thing, a way to kind of appreciate the collective effort and festive mood. It's almost like visual holiday chat between neighbors.
I totally remember doing that. Piling in the car, just mesmerized.
Right.
And you can't forget the background music. The sources mention the strong tradition of playing Christmas songs while you decorate.
Oh, absolutely. Sets the mood instantly.
What role does that music play, do you think, in making it feel special?
Music's just so powerful for linking to emotions and memories, isn't it? It's like an audio anchor, embedding the decorating experience with specific feelings and the timing of when people start. That's interesting, too.
Yeah.
Our sources mention waiting till, say, the first week of December. It suggests a more deliberate pace, taking time with the setup and especially that crucial first step, checking the lights.
Oof, don't remind me.
We've all been there, untangling that string, finding the one dead bulb.
The annual light testing frustration. It's practically a mini tradition itself. And then when you start hanging the ornaments, you always find those really sentimental ones.
Mm-hmm.
The sources specifically mention ones from childhood or gifts from friends, little touchstones to the past.
And that really highlights the meaning we pour into these simple objects, doesn't it? They're not just pretty things. They hold stories.
Yeah.
And carefully placing them each year becomes a way of actively revisiting those memories. And the sources also mention that lovely tradition where one specific person puts the final piece on top.
The star or the angel.
Often the youngest, yeah. It's symbolic, involves everyone, creates that sense of shared completion.
We definitely had a designated star placer. And the sources even mentioned specific family rules or the order you do things in.
Oh, right. Like lights first.
Always lights first. then maybe garlands or ribbons, then the ornaments, top or last. It's like this little family dance everyone knows.
Ah,
Why do families develop these routines?
I think those small, repeated rituals create comfort, predictability, a shared identity. The sources paint that picture really well with families decorating while drinking hot chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Just a simple, cozy moment together that builds these really warm, lasting memories around the tradition. And taking an annual photo of the tree, like the materials mentioned. Yeah, such a great way to visually track those changes over time. A growing record of family traditions, even changing decoration styles.
It really drives home that decorating is so much more than just, making things look nice. It's about shared moments, personal history.
Oh.
Okay, so let's pivot a bit to the actual components and common practices. When we say Christmas tree, what are we generally talking about?
Well, as the info explains, typically it's a cut evergreen tree, often a pine, brought inside for Christmas. That triangular shape is pretty universal now.
Right.
And while real trees are traditional, fake trees are, of course, super common too.
And that smell. The sources describe pine trees, the needles where they grow, Scandinavia, North America, and that distinct pine scent. It's almost funny how it's used in cleaning products. It's so strongly linked to the holidays.
Totally is. And then the main action, decorating. Our sources define it simply as adding ornaments, ribbons, lights to make it look pretty, festive.
And the Christmas ornaments themselves.
The sources say they're items to beautify the tree, often round, different colors, sure, but also, and this is key, they can be special, unique to families. Like those personal ones we discussed.
That personal touch again makes them more than just stuff.
Exactly. And then, obviously, the Christmas lights. Can't forget those. Essential.
Definitely essential.
Our materials talk about how they make the tree beautiful, create that glow, but also they mention that universal frustration of the one broken bulb taking up the whole string.
Oh, the pain. Everyone knows that feeling. And then there's the choice, right? White lights or colorful ones.
The sources point out the different vibes. White is maybe cleaner, softer. Colorful is more cheerful, vibrant.
Depends on the look you want. And what about the very top?
Traditionally, a star or an angel goes up there. Our sources mention both are common toppers, each with its own holiday symbolism.
Right. And then ribbons or garlands.
Yeah, the sources describe those being wrapped around, often spiraling down, adding another layer of texture and color.
And sometimes for sound. Little bells.
Our sources mention adding small bells, yeah, for a little festive jingle.
Yeah.
And once it's all decorated, what usually goes underneath?
Presents, of course. The sources highlight that tradition of placing wrapped gifts under the tree and that feeling of waiting.
That anticipation, waiting for Christmas Eve or Christmas morning, it all adds up to this whole sensory experience, doesn't it?
Totally.
The lights, the colors, the gifts, waiting, that pine smell, or maybe a candle if you have a fake tree.
Yeah, the sources paint such a vivid sensory picture, and often with soft Christmas music playing, as the materials note, it all works together for that holiday feeling. I also thought it was interesting that the sources mentioned themed decorations.
Yes, that's a thing for some people now, isn't it? Choosing a specific color scheme, like silver and blue for a winter look, or a classic red and white, like candy canes, as the sources suggest.
Right, and the decorating usually spreads beyond the tree, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. Our sources remind us people decorate windows, hang wreaths on doors, put up stockings, make table centerpieces. It's about creating that festive feeling throughout the house.
Makes sense. Going back to more traditional things, the sources mentioned stringing popcorn or paper chains.
Yeah, very nostalgic, right. And for people who like convenience, the sources note you can get decoration kits with all the basics.
The definite time saver. And for a bit of fun, edible ornaments, like candy canes.
Or gingerbread, though as the sources imply, they might not stay on the tree too long.
Probably not. And for real trees, there's that really important practical tip in the sources about watering.
Oh, absolutely vital. The info stresses watering helps stop needles falling off and, more importantly, reduces the fire risk from a dry tree.
Super important.
And for artificial trees, the sources also mention the less fun but necessary job of packing everything away carefully afterwards.
Right, the post-Christmas pack-up. Okay, so we've covered the personal side, the practical bits. Let's dig into why this matters so much. The emotional and social side of it all.
This is really the core, isn't it? Our sources talk a lot about the feeling of just pure joy and happiness seeing a decorated tree, often described as, like, magical.
Yeah, magical is a good word for it.
It seems to tap into something deep, a sense of wonder. Why do you think just looking at it has such a big emotional hit?
I can definitely feel that magic. There's something enchanting about the lights.
Yeah.
And our sources even say decorating can make you feel like a kid again.
Mm-hmm. That nostalgia factor is huge.
It really seems to play a big part.
It taps right into those positive childhood associations with the holidays. And like we said about personal ornaments, when you add things with meaning, the tree becomes even more special. Our sources stress that often every ornament has a story.
Like a 3D scrapbook.
Exactly, a collection of memories. And for many, it's not something you do alone. The sources highlight how decorating brings people together, families, friends.
Sometimes neighbors even pitch in. What does doing it together add?
That shared experience is fundamental to its social meaning. But, interestingly, the sources also say that even decorating alone can be really peaceful and satisfying for people.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It feels good, makes you happy. There's creativity involved, personalizing your space, making it feel festive. It's a tangible way to express that holiday spirit yourself.
That's true. There is a nice sense of accomplishment when you step back. The sources mention that creativity, that happiness, and I really like this point they made. Perfection isn't the goal.
Absolutely.
It's the joy and love behind it.
That gets right to the heart of it. It's not about some perfect magazine-style tree. It's about the feeling it creates during the process and after.
Right.
And the sources also touch on how neighborhood decorations build community spirit. Shared visual displays bringing people together, like a collective unspoken celebration.
Yeah, those streets all lit up definitely create a shared feeling. And the sources emphasize how Christmas decorations in general make people feel more connected.
Mm-hmm. It's like a shared visual language for the holiday spirit. Our sources also mention the comfort and familiarity of the tradition each year.
Like coming home.
Yeah, something reliable in a changing world. And the sources repeat. It's not just the look. It's how it makes you feel inside.
That inner warmth and joy, that's the real magic.
Precisely. And the final thought from that section really sums it up. It's about sharing time, making memories, and basically spreading joy. That's the deep significance.
So just to make this feel even more real, let's do that quick chat idea, like the personal stories and the sources.
Mm-hmm.
Did your family have any, really weird or unusual ornaments?
Oh, totally. We had this incredibly detailed, hand-painted wooden pickle. My grandmother always hid it last, deep in the branches.
A pickle?
Yeah. And the first kid to find it on Christmas morning got an extra little gift. It was this frantic hunt every year before the main presents. What about yours? Anything odd?
That's hilarious and brilliant.
Yeah.
We had this slightly battered plastic hot dog ornament. My brother won it at a school fair.
A hot dog. Okay.
Zero connection to Christmas. But somehow, it absolutely had to go on the tree every single year. We always kind of chuckled, putting it up.
See, it's those quirky personal things. That's what makes each family's tree, their whole experience, unique, memorable.
Totally. So wrapping up this deep dive, it's really clear, isn't it? Decorating a Christmas tree isn't just sticking things on branches.
Not at all.
It's this incredibly rich mix of personal history, family traditions, and, really deep emotions. Joy, nostalgia, connection, just happiness.
And that brings us to our final thought for you, the listener. When you look at your tree this year, or maybe plan for next year, just take a second. Think about the stories behind your ornaments.
Yeah.
What memories do they hold? Or, hey, maybe think about starting a new tradition. Perhaps adding one really unique or meaningful ornament this year. Kind of start a new chapter in your family's decorating story.
Something to think about. Thanks so much for diving deep with us today.
Mm-hmm.
We really hope this look at decorating the trees sparked some thoughts, maybe a new appreciation for this really special tradition.
Let's listen the dialogue about the topic.
Pod, my name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine, and it's the Christmas season, Marco, so that means we have a very festive lesson today.
That's right, Christmas is coming up, and, well, a tradition among many people around the world is to buy a Christmas tree.
That's right, I remember when we used to do this in my family. It was one of my favorite times of the year. So we're going to explore this in today's lesson. After we listen to the dialogue, we'll be back to talk about some of these interesting words and phrases.
I'm home. Everyone come here. I bought a Christmas tree. Look at this beautiful pine tree.
Wow, it's huge. Are you sure it will fit in the living room?
Awesome. I'll go get the Christmas lights.
Of course it will. Help me put it in the living room.
I found the lights.
I got the Christmas ornaments. We could also place these stockings next to the chimney.
Great idea. While we decorate the tree, we can listen to some good old Christmas songs.
All right, we're back, and as we mentioned, well, the entire dialogue is about a Christmas tree. So, why don't you explain what a Christmas tree is? Because many people maybe don't even do or buy Christmas trees.
Okay, well, a Christmas tree is usually a green tree that we cut down and we put in the house. Okay, so it's not a real tree with roots in the ground, but sometimes it comes from a real tree outside. And the tree is very small on the top and it goes out like a triangle. Okay, so it's a special shape. And we generally make it look very pretty with lights and ornaments and decorations. And on Christmas, on the 25th or the 24th, it depends where you come from, we put lots of presents underneath the Christmas tree.
Wow, it sounds amazing. Well, yeah, and it looks very nice.
It does look really beautiful, and it's just a really special part of Christmas.
And well, as you mentioned, sometimes the tree is just a fake plastic tree, but many times it's a real tree, and the type of tree that you use is a pine tree.
Exactly, and so pine tree is a kind of tree that doesn't have leaves. It has needles. That means that they're long, very thin green pieces that are all over the tree. And you can see these trees in most northern places like Scandinavia, or in America, maybe Illinois and Minnesota and Michigan and Vermont.
And they're very, as you say, very unique trees, but they also have a very special smell, the smell of pine.
They do.
It's very nice.
It's such a nice smell that a lot of the things that we use in America to clean our houses have a pine smell because it makes the house smell nice.
Very good. So a pine tree. The dad brought a pine tree or a Christmas tree home, and well, the wife was a little bit worried if it will fit.
Okay, will it fit? This is a very important question because a lot of pine trees are very, very tall.
Right.
So if a pine tree is 3 meters tall or 4 meters tall, will it fit is the question we ask. Is it too big? Or is it going to be stuck on the ceiling in the house? Right. And so we could ask this about anything. I just bought a new TV.
Will it fit in the living room?
I don't know. I'm very nervous. I spent a lot of money.
All right. And, well, you were talking about the Christmas tree and how you put a lot of nice decorations on it. And so we say that we decorate the tree.
That's right. So the verb here, this is an action word, to decorate. So every holiday season in my family, we take one day and we decorate the tree. That means that we take very small, special ornaments and ribbons and lights, and we put them on the tree to make the tree look pretty.
Wow.
You can also say decorate the house.
Right.
Or to decorate the house for a party. So this means to make something look special or pretty.
Very good. We've taken a look at very specific words related to, Christmas trees and decorating it. So why don't we listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back to continue with some more language takeaway.
I'm home. Everyone come here. I bought a Christmas tree. Look at this beautiful pine tree.
Wow, it's huge. Are you sure it will fit in the living room?
Awesome. I'll go get the Christmas lights.
Of course it will. Help me put it in the living room.
I found the lights.
I got the Christmas ornaments. We could also place these stockings next to the chimney.
Great idea. While we decorate the tree, we can listen to some good old Christmas songs.
All right, we're back. So why don't we take a look at 3 more words on Language Takeaway Part 2.
Language takeaway.
There's just so many words that are associated with Christmas and the Christmas season that we have to look at them again here in Language Takeaway Part 2. And the first one we've already mentioned, it goes together with the phrase to decorate the tree. Okay, so what do we decorate the tree with, Marco?
You mentioned ornaments.
That's right.
Christmas ornaments.
Christmas ornaments. And so an ornament is a thing. It's something that we use to make something else look prettier. And so in this case, ornaments are sometimes round and red or green or gold. We hang them on the tree.
And well, in this case, it's a Christmas ornament for the tree, but an ornament can be anything, any nice piece of art or something that you can use to decorate your house, right?
Exactly. And in my family, ornaments aren't just those round circles or balls for Christmas. Every family member has a special kind of ornament. So my dad has Santa Claus ornaments, and my mom has bunny rabbit ornaments, and I have angel ornaments.
Wow.
So everybody has a special one.
Oh, that's really nice. And well, apart from ornaments, there is also this tradition of hanging stockings.
Okay, so a stocking, you might have heard this word before in the sense of a clothing item. A stocking is like a sock.
A big sock.
A big sock. And it also means the old stockings that women would wear, like tights. But in this case, a Christmas stocking, is a very, very, very big sock that we hang. And on Christmas, we get to fill it with very special things like candy and toys.
Candy, toys, very good. So actually, you hang the stockings, and the common place to do it in, or to put them on, is on the chimney, right?
That's right. So there's a fireplace, and usually above the fireplace, there's a shelf. We call it a mantle. And there's a place there to hang these. And the place where all of the smoke from the fire comes out is the chimney.
Okay.
It's also the place where Santa Claus comes down.
Right. So you have the fireplace where you put the wood. You have the mantle, that's the space where you actually put the stockings on. And the tube that goes up and where the smoke comes out of is called the chimney.
Right, so you don't want to live there. And then
Right.
actually the joke is that Santa Claus is definitely too fat to go down the chimney. But it's a special place in the Christmas story because that's what Santa Claus does.
Very good. Interesting words. Why don't we listen to this dialogue one last time?
I'm home. Everyone come here. I bought a Christmas tree. Look at this beautiful pine tree.
Wow, it's huge. Are you sure it will fit in the living room?
Awesome. I'll go get the Christmas lights.
Of course it will. Help me put it in the living room.
I found the lights.
I got the Christmas ornaments. We could also place these stockings next to the chimney.
Great idea. While we decorate the tree, we can listen to some good old Christmas songs.
All right, we're back. So, as you say, the Christmas season is important in America, and people not only decorate Christmas trees, but also their house, and even outside they put Christmas lights all over the house. They put little statues of Santa Claus and reindeer, and it's a very sometimes lavish thing to do.
It is. It's almost funny how much people like to spend on not just time, but also money on decorating their houses. And so where I come from, people decorate the outsides a lot. You have Christmas lights on all parts of the house, and then maybe, all of the reindeer in the front yard, all whatever. And are there like 12 of them or 9 of them?
Yeah,
I don't
think
remember.
it's 12. But actually, it was nice because when I lived there, with my parents, we would go out and tour around the neighborhood just to see other people's Christmas lights and decorations because, as we say, some of them can be very, very nice and they take a lot of time and effort into decorating it.
They do. It's really special. And at my house, we generally just decorated the inside, but sometimes we did lights on the outside. And there's some very funny movies that talk about this, like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Right.
And so there's some really funny scenes about putting Christmas lights on the house.
I really love this time of the year. The lights, the cold air, and of course, decorating the Christmas tree.
Me too. I always feel so happy when I see a big tree full of lights and decorations. It's like magic.
Yes. And when I decorate the tree, I feel like a child again. It's so much fun. Do you decorate your tree early?
Usually, I wait until the first week of December. I like to take my time. First, I set up the tree and check all the lights.
Yes, the lights. Sometimes they don't work, and I have to find the one bulb that is broken. That takes forever.
I know. One little light can stop the whole thing from working. But when the lights are finally on, everything looks beautiful.
Do you use white lights or colorful lights?
I like colorful lights. Red, green, blue, yellow. They make the tree look more cheerful. What about you?
I usually use white lights. They look clean and soft. Sometimes I mix them with gold ornaments to make it shiny.
Gold ornaments? That sounds nice. I use all kinds. I have red balls, silver stars, and even little candy canes.
Oh, candy canes. I hang them too. And I sometimes eat one when I'm done decorating.
Same here. And I have some special ornaments too. Like one is a small snowman my friend gave me, and another one is a tiny gift box.
That's the best part, I think. The tree becomes special when we add things that mean something to us. It's not just about colors.
Yes, every ornament has a story. One of my ornaments is from when I was a child. It's old now, but I still hang it every year.
That's really sweet. I also have a tiny photo frame ornament with a picture of my family. It goes right in the middle of the tree.
What do you put on top of the tree?
Always a star. A big, shiny, golden star. It's the final touch. You?
I use an angel. It's soft and made of cloth. My grandma gave it to me. It's very special.
That sounds beautiful. Some people also put ribbons or garlands around the tree. Do you use those?
Yes, I use red ribbons and silver garlands. I wrap them around the tree, like a spiral. It takes time, but it looks nice.
Sometimes I also add small bells that make a soft sound when the tree moves a little. I love that sound.
Oh, that's a good idea. I never thought of using bells. Maybe I'll try that this year.
And do you put presents under the tree early, or do you wait until Christmas Eve?
I wait. I don't trust myself. If I put them there early, I might want to open them too soon.
Haha, I understand. I like to wrap the gifts and hide them. Then on Christmas Eve, I bring them out and place them under the tree.
That sounds fun. And the tree looks even better with the presents under it. It feels complete.
Exactly. The lights, the colors, the gifts, it all comes together to make the room feel warm and happy.
And don't forget the smell. If it's a real tree, the smell of pine fills the room. It's amazing.
True. That natural smell is so nice. Even if it's a fake tree, I sometimes light a candle that smells like pine or cinnamon.
That's a clever idea. I might get one of those candles this year. It adds to the holiday feeling.
Also, I like to play soft Christmas music while decorating. It makes everything feel even more special.
Yes, music is important. Sometimes I even dance a little while putting on the ornaments. It's so fun.
It really is. Decorating the Christmas tree is not just a job. It's a tradition full of joy and memories.
That's true. I think it brings people together. Families, friends, even neighbors sometimes help each other decorate.
And even if you're alone, you can still enjoy the moment. It's peaceful. It makes you feel good inside.
Yes, it's something small, but it brings a lot of happiness.
Last year, I decorated my tree with a theme. I used only silver and blue ornaments. It looked very cool, like winter.
That sounds beautiful. I've never done a theme before. I always mix everything I have.
Mixing is great too. It shows more of your personality. But having a theme can be fun, especially if you want to try something different.
Maybe I'll try a red and white theme one day. Like candy canes.
Yes, that would look really sweet. And you can add little Santa figures to match.
Do you decorate only the tree, or do you also decorate the rest of your home?
Oh, I love decorating the whole house. I put small lights on the windows and hang a wreath on the door.
I do that too. I also hang stockings on the wall. Even if I don't put anything inside them, they look nice.
Stockings make the room feel more like Christmas. I sometimes fill them with small gifts or chocolate.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll start doing that for my family this year.
I also put little decorations on the table, like small snowmen or reindeer. They make dinner time more festive.
That sounds cozy. I usually put candles on the table, red or green ones, and sometimes I add pine cones.
Oh, pine cones are perfect. You can even spray a little white paint on them to look like snow.
That's a great idea. I think I'll try making some of those myself. It's also a nice activity to do with kids.
Yes, kids love helping with decorations. They can make paper snowflakes or draw pictures to hang on the tree.
One time, my niece made a star from cardboard and glitter. It wasn't perfect, but we put it on the top of the tree.
That's so sweet. Handmade things always have more meaning than things from a store.
I agree. Do you ever use popcorn strings or paper chains?
I have. When I was young, my mom showed me how to make popcorn garlands. We used a needle and thread. It took a long time.
I remember doing that too. And we used colorful paper to make chains. It was messy but fun.
Yes, and it's something you remember forever. Decorating is not just about how the tree looks, but also about the memories you make.
Exactly. I think that's why people love it so much. It's a time to be creative and happy.
And it's okay if the tree isn't perfect. What matters is the joy and love behind it.
That's true. Every tree is beautiful in its own way. Big or small, real or fake, it doesn't matter.
And sometimes the smallest trees can bring the biggest smiles.
Yes, especially if they are decorated with care. Even just a few lights can change how a room feels.
Do you ever decorate outside your house, like in the garden or on the balcony?
I do. I hang lights on the balcony railing, and I put a little snowman figure out there.
That's lovely. I've seen people put lights in trees outside their homes too. It looks magical at night.
Yes, when the whole street has lights, it feels like a fairy tale.
One of my neighbors makes a big display every year. He has reindeer, a sleigh, and even a fake Santa.
Wow, that must be fun for the children in your area.
It is. They come to take pictures and walk around. Everyone smiles. It brings the whole neighborhood together.
That's the power of Christmas decorations. They make people feel connected.
When I was a child, my family and I would decorate the tree together while drinking hot chocolate. It was my favorite day of the year.
That sounds wonderful. I remember doing that too. We played music, sang songs, and laughed a lot while decorating.
It's those small moments that stay with us. That's why I still drink hot chocolate when I decorate, even now.
Me too. And I add marshmallows on top. Sometimes, I even use a candy cane as a spoon. It melts and adds a sweet taste.
Oh, that's a fun idea. I'll try that this year. It makes the whole experience even more special.
Do you ever take photos of your Christmas tree?
Always. I like to take a picture every year after I finish decorating. Then I can look back and see how it changes.
That's a great idea. I think I'll start doing that. It's like making a little Christmas tree photo album.
Yes. And sometimes I even print the photo and use it as a Christmas card to send to my friends.
That's really creative. I usually buy cards, but maybe I should try making my own this year.
You can also write a little message about the tree, like what you used, who helped, or what the theme was.
That makes the card more personal. People will really enjoy that.
Do you have any rules when decorating the tree? Like what goes first, or who places the last ornament?
Actually, yes. In my family, the youngest person always puts the star or angel on top of the tree.
That's so sweet. In my house, we always start with lights, then ribbons or garlands, then ornaments, and the top goes last.
That's similar to what we do. I think it helps to follow a little order so everything looks nice and balanced.
Yes, but sometimes we still move things around after. Like if there are too many red ornaments on one side.
I do that too. I step back, look at the tree, and then move a few things. It's like fixing a puzzle.
And sometimes I find an ornament I forgot to hang. So I just add it somewhere near the bottom.
That always happens. Or I find one with a broken string, and I have to fix it before hanging it.
Yes, or the hook is missing. I keep a small box with extra hooks and string just in case.
Smart idea. I'll make a little decoration kit this year with scissors, tape, glue, and extra hooks.
It really helps. Especially if you have kids helping, something always needs fixing.
Yes, and they sometimes hang all the ornaments in the same spot. But that's part of the fun.
Exactly. The tree doesn't have to be perfect. It should show who decorated it.
One time, my nephew hung a toy car on the tree. It didn't match anything, but we left it there.
That's adorable. I love when people add funny or unusual things to their tree. It makes it unique.
Yes, some people even put small photos, tiny books, or even food like cookies on the tree.
Cookies? I've seen that. Gingerbread cookies shaped like stars or hearts, with little strings to hang them.
I made some once, but we kept eating them, so the tree looked more and more empty.
Haha. That's the problem with edible ornaments. They don't last long.
True, but it makes the decoration more delicious.
It's all about making memories. Whether it's funny, sweet, or silly, that's what makes it special.
Yes, and every year feels a little different, but also warm and familiar.
One thing I always forget is to water the tree. If it's a real tree, it needs water or the needles fall everywhere.
Yes, a dry tree can make such a mess. I try to check the water every day, especially in the first week.
The smell is amazing at first, but if you don't water it, the tree dries out and the smell fades.
That's true. And a dry tree can also be a little dangerous, especially with lights. So water is very important.
Sometimes I think about getting a fake tree. They last many years and are easier to clean up.
I have a fake one now. It's not the same smell, but it's simple. I can set it up fast, and I don't have to vacuum every day.
Do you store it in a box after the holidays?
Yes, I take it apart, put it in a big plastic bin, and keep it in my closet until next year.
That's smart. I also keep my ornaments in little boxes. I wrap the breakable ones in paper.
I do the same. I write labels on the boxes, so next year I know where everything is. It saves time.
The first time I decorated my own tree as an adult, I didn't have many ornaments. I had to start from zero.
Me too. I bought a few cheap ones, and then every year I added more. Now I have too many.
Yes, I think I collect more ornaments than I actually need. But they're all special in some way.
I understand. Each one feels like a small piece of a story, where you got it, who gave it to you, or what it reminds you of.
That's why I love gift ornaments. Some friends give me a new one each year, and I do the same for them.
That's a lovely tradition. I think giving a small ornament is a thoughtful gift. Not too big, but very personal.
And every year when you take it out of the box, you remember the person who gave it to you.
Yes, it brings back warm memories. That's what Christmas is all about. I think, remembering and sharing joy.
I also like visiting shops during December. They play music, sell decorations, and everything feels magical.
Yes, even just walking around is fun. Seeing all the lights, hearing the music. It puts me in the holiday spirit.
Do you ever visit Christmas markets?
Yes, I love them. You can buy handmade ornaments, candles, cookies, and sometimes drink hot spice juice or tea.
Oh yes, and the smell of cinnamon and roasted nuts in the air, it's amazing.
I always buy at least one new decoration at a market every year. It's like a small tradition for me.
That's a great idea. Each ornament becomes like a travel memory or a moment from that year.
And even if it's just a small one, like a wooden star or a tiny snowflake, it adds meaning to the tree.
Do you have any ornaments that are a little unusual or funny?
Yes, I have one shaped like a taco. I don't know why, but it makes me laugh every year.
Haha, I love that. I have one shaped like a small cup of coffee. I guess it fits me well.
It's fun to mix classic decorations with silly ones. It makes the tree more interesting.
Yes, and when guests come over, they always notice those funny ones and ask about them.
It starts conversations. And that's part of the joy, sharing stories, sharing laughs.
Exactly. Decorating a tree is not just about beauty. It's about creating a warm space where people feel happy and at home.
Another thing I love is turning off all the lights in the room and just watching the Christmas tree glow. It feels so peaceful.
Yes, I do that too. It's one of my favorite moments during the holidays. Just the soft lights and quiet music.
Sometimes I even sit with a blanket and a cup of tea and just enjoy the lights. It helps me relax.
Me too. It's like the tree brings a little bit of magic into the room.
Do you leave your tree lights on at night?
I usually turn them off before going to bed. But sometimes I leave them on for a little while, just to enjoy them a bit longer.
I understand. It's hard to stop looking at them, especially when the ornaments sparkle.
And it's funny how every year, even though we decorate in a similar way, it still feels new and exciting.
Yes, every year has its own feeling. Maybe it's the people you're with, or the music, or the new things you try.
And it's not just about how the tree looks, it's about how it makes you feel inside.
Exactly. Decorating the Christmas tree is really about sharing time, making memories, and spreading joy.
So true. Whether the tree is big or small, full of new ornaments or old ones, made by hand or bought in a shop, it becomes something special.
And even if things aren't perfect, the love behind the decorations is what really matters.
We hope that talking about decorating a Christmas tree has helped you learn new words and ideas in English today.
Yes, and maybe you even got some new inspiration for your own tree this year.
Thank you so much for listening. We really enjoyed sharing our thoughts and stories with you.
And we hope you had fun listening and practicing your English at the same time.
Keep learning, keep smiling, and enjoy every small moment during the holidays.
Until next time, happy decorating and happy holidays.